So today we are learning a new way of solving systems of equations. So again, you're going to have two equations with x's and y's in them. And we did graphing and we did substitution. And today we're doing elimination. Okay, so it's just another way, just to let you know, it's almost, a lot of people historically really like this way. But what I need you to do is take out the worksheet you have for today. I handed those out in class. If you don't have them, pull them up in Schoology. And then take out your calculator, your pencil, and some lined paper, okay? Now, today's, we're just going to do some of the problems off of the worksheet. The worksheet probably doesn't have enough space on there. So what I want you to do is just redo these on a separate sheet of paper, okay? So I want you to follow along with this one and just watch. So why do we call this elimination? Well, something isn't going to eliminate or cancel out. So I want you to remember back when you were in elementary school, you would add like this. Okay, that's kind of what we're doing. We're adding down, and then something will eliminate. So look, this is number one, and what you're going to start by doing is writing a plus sign. Okay, now you're going to add down. So if I have 1x plus 3x's, I get 4x's. Okay, now I want you to look, what is a negative 2y plus a positive 2y? Well, those eliminate because they get 0. And then the equal sign is still right there. They all have to line up, x's, y's, and the equal sign, and that gives me 12. So again, you have to notice the x's line up on top of each other, the y's line up, and the equal signs and the constants, no variables. And now we just solve. So divide by 4, and you get x equals 3, which is awesome. And now we just have to go back to our original equations. And now this is the same as the substitution method. So, for example, if I want to use that, x is 3 from here. So 3 minus 2y equals 7. And now, again, this is the same as the substitution. I'm going to minus 3. Okay. So that goes away. So I bring down my negative 2y, be careful, equals 4. And then I just divide by negative 2. And I get y equals negative 2. And my final answer is that ordered pair 3, negative 2. But it's called elimination because in that first step, something eliminates or really cancels out. Okay, let's do another one. Look at number 3. Okay, if you want to pause it and write it down. But we're going to start by drawing that line and writing a plus sign. Now look, the x's line up, my y's line up, my equal signs are lined up. It's just some of the spacing is a little off, and my constants. Okay, so now look, if I have a positive 5x plus a negative 5x, that gives me 0x. That's gone. Then a positive 3y plus a positive 3y gives me, oops, I should be doing this in black if I'm staying, 6y, equal sign still there, and 4 plus a negative 10 is negative 6. And now I just solve. So that's gone. X equals negative 1. Okay. And then I choose either or. I'm just going to choose the top equation, and I'm going to substitute in negative 1 where I see x. So this is kind of the same. And solve for whatever y is. So that gives me a negative 5 plus 3y equals 4. And now I just have to get my y by itself. Okay? So I get 3y equals 9. divide by 3, and I get y equals 3. And the last step is obviously to put it as an ordered pair, 1, 3. Not -3, just 3. Okay, so take that in. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, now this looks a little different, but again, are my y's lined up? Here, are my equal signs lined up? Are my x's lined up? And my constants? Yes, they are, so I'm good to go. So again, and don't forget, a minus, you might want to put plus the opposite. So y plus y is 2y, if you need to think about that. The equal sign is here. Now I have 2x plus a negative 2x. That's my elimination. And a -4 plus 10 is 6. Okay, now to get y by itself. Now remember, this time my y is by itself. Y is 3. And then I'm just going to substitute it in. Doesn't really matter which one. I just pick the top often, but it doesn't really matter. So y is 3. I don't know what x is. Okay, so y is 3. Don't know what x is. So I'm going to add 4. And I get 7 equals 2x. And now I'm going to divide by 2. And remember, it's okay to have some decimals. And in my calculator, I just do 7 divided by 2. And that's 3.5. And you can have decimals now. You have a calculator. It's okay. So this would be the order 3.5, order pair 3.5, 3. Okay. Remember, x goes first. This is why I wouldn't graph this one. Not easy at all. Okay, my last one again, number 7. So again, look, are my x's lined up? My y's lined up? My equal signs lined up? Yep. Okay, so when I add down, I have 8 x's. Look at my 7x and my 7y and -7y cancel. And that gives me 4, a -2 plus 6. I'm going to divide by 8, and I'm going to do 4 divided by 8 gives me 1/2 or 0.5. And then that's fine. Again, that's fine. You have a calculator. So I have 2 times x minus 7y equals -2. Okay. 2 times 0.5 is 1. Okay. Now I'm going to minus 1 from both sides of the equal sign, and I get -7y equals -3. Oh, this seems weird, but it's okay. You have a calculator, or we could just leave it as a fraction. And a negative over a negative is a positive. Okay. I'm just going to leave it like that. So my x is 0.5 or 1/2. And my y is 3/7, and that's doable because, again, you have a calculator. Leave it as is, because if I do 3 divided by 7 in my calculator, it's not a nice number at all. Okay, so please only do 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 on the worksheet. You can do more if you want to try. Remember, you might have some decimals, and that's okay. Check it in Schoology and take the formative. Let me know if you have any questions, and we're going to do this again tomorrow, but make it just a tad different. So make sure you're doing these. Have a great day, everybody.